walk-in assessment. In just a few minutes, you'll get non-judgmental feedback, local resources, and next steps to help you feel more in control and supported. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com or call 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located one block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. Go bold this summer and fall with endless possibilities. Stop in now for the best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coats, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arens still on the ones and twos. Just wrapped up with Emma Spence and Genesis Gibson, both former gymnasts at the University of Nebraska. If you guys want to catch the rest of it, go watch on YouTube. Otherwise, we're going to talk some football here. 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. If you guys want to join in, feel free to do so. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961 as well. And Rudy, we're talking about it off air. It's my last day for the week. Obviously, we'll be around over the weekend, of course, certainly that Sunday. But I get the end of the week and get ready to watch college football. Yeah. We got college football August 23rd. We're definitely going to talk about that. Kansas State versus Iowa State. Somehow that game's going to have meaning in the Big 12 like we know it at the end of the year. We are going to be referencing Kansas State, Iowa State when we're trying to think of who the best in the Big 12 is. At least that's my assumption. But before we do any of that, let's start off with just some Husker football. First things first, I know I talked about it yesterday with Tristan. Want to get your thoughts on it as well. Husker uniforms, alternates. Should be a night game versus USC, but either way, that is the game. We are going to be at home. We're going to be wearing the black shirt alternates. Obviously, homage to them. If anyone listened to Matt Rule, his explanation, it's okay to do cool things.
Yeah.
Really just making light of it. I agree with him, though. On a yearly basis, they were thinking about doing this black shirt. So not the Oregon alternates where it's crazy. We're going to have new ones all the time. But once a year, some sort of version of a black shirt alternate. Rudy, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, especially like being new to Nebraska, you come in here and that's kind of just like the instant thing you'll hear more than anything is just black shirts, this, black shirts, that. So like it's so ingrained in the culture here that it makes perfect sense to me why you would go out of your way to honor that. And I don't hate the jerseys by any means. I love what they're doing there. I think I kind of agree with the masses here that like I would have liked to see a little bit of red on there, just somewhere. The helmet, the logo, somewhere. I love the black jerseys though. I'm not a hater of them at all. I just wish there was that Husker red just somewhere. But I mean, I'm cool with it, especially like that. I think Rule said that it should be a night game. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but if it is, it's gonna be awesome. I just think the biggest thing people have to like do is buy in on that. Like,
Yes.
I think that's another thing I'm just seeing on the discourse on Twitter is like it's only gonna work if everybody in the crowd is wearing black. And I completely agree with that. Same thing you see with Penn State's whiteout. Like I think it's on the department as well, the athletic department. Like find a way to make that feasible, even if it is just a black T-shirt with a Husker N on it. Like give them out, do something. Like it's gonna look so much better if everybody in that stadium is wearing black. So I'm excited for it. I think it is cool how he says it's fine to do cool things once in a while. And I think people kind of lose that kind of wanting with Nebraska because, like, in my opinion, the Huskers are like the Yankees where you kind of don't mess with tradition.
Mhm.
But I think this is perfectly fine. It's honoring the past, the black shirts, and I'm cool with it. I like it. I think the jerseys look sick, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a complete zag,
Yeah.
which is why I'm okay with it. Like, again, but that's the one part that probably stuck out the most to me within that press conference was like, it's within our DNA. Like, he grew
exactly.
up where he was growing up, like, they wore black shirts, referencing Nebraska black
Yeah.
shirts. Like, you think of black shirts, you think Nebraska. So, like, it's not us going out of our skis to do something wildly different. It still, to me, ties down to tradition. But yeah, the crowd's got to dress in black for that
Yes.
one because my hope is, you know, they do have a plan for this. Obviously, they have some, but what I think the plan is going to be is that merch. They're going to keep pumping that black shirt merch all the way up until we get to that USC. And then I hope they do have some just like extra
Yeah.
T-shirts around the stadium. Throw those out there
Mhm.
because again, when I was looking at my closet the other day, I don't have a whole lot of black
Yeah.
shirt stuff. I have one Nebraska shirt that's black.
Yeah, all I got's a jacket. So I mean, outside of that, every shirt is just red.
Yeah, red
Red
or
or
white.
white, yeah.
So it's like it's going to take a while
Yeah.
to get that wardrobe up, but I think they'll be pushing that through. And then yeah, the beauty of it is like if you think there should be a little bit more red on it, at least next year.
Yeah.
Keep the same
Yeah.
with the black shirts. Like we're gonna have enough variation with the black shirts where this year might not be the favorite, but maybe next year will be. They're gonna tweak it a little bit by the way it
Yeah.
sounded every year.
Okay. Nice.
So it's not gonna be just that
Nice.
in my mind. I
Yeah,
think that's the idea behind it. So they'll tweak it a little bit, but no, I just love the idea. Like
Yeah.
let's embrace it a little bit. One of the arguments is always the record, which kind of cracks me up. It's like we didn't start wearing alternates until it was like Ndamukong Suh, and
Yeah.
I say it was pretty later in his career at Nebraska. So if you take that all the way to 2025, it's like we were losing a lot of games, especially after Bo Pelini. We were losing like every game.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional uniform or alternate, we probably had a
Yeah.
bad record.
Yeah.
So I don't really believe in they're cursed. The whole team kind of just stunk
Exactly.
during a lot of that era. So that's why you get those ugly numbers. I can pick games where we wore white gloves compared to black gloves or red gloves, and I give you, wow, look at this record. We should never wear red gloves.
Yeah.
It's like you can cherry pick all those you want. It's just been a bad time for Husker football. But I love it. I like the idea a lot. I think they'll probably pump up the merch heading into that one. Another new development, Husker beer is going to be there. They got the Crusher, I believe. I'm blanking on the actual brewery that makes it, but they got their own beer out there,
I
which
did
is
see
cool. They got obviously like High Noon Coors, a bunch of other ones in there. Where were you for alcohol at Memorial Stadium for an outsider? Because a lot of traditionalists didn't like the idea. A lot of younger people are like, who really cares? I'm kind of in the middle. I don't think we ever needed it. I definitely don't care if we have it. If they think it's going to add more revenue, I'm all for it.
Yeah, especially that like coming in here, I was still young, so I couldn't buy alcohol anyways. But like as I was getting older, and then I went to more UT games, and then just more outside of Nebraska's events, it's like okay, like everybody else is doing it, might as well. But like same thing, like it's not like something that I think killed the experience not being able to buy alcohol there, and I don't think it's gonna drastically change anything. People are still gonna pregame just as much. People are gonna be drinking, walking into the stadium, just throwing their drinks outside, like. I think it's for sure gonna help the revenue because I mean I'll probably go buy some. We'll see how many just because of those prices.
You
in
can
my
only get
opinion,
2
but
at once. I know
okay,
that. Two
okay,
two at a time. I'm not sure how
nice,
many times you can run through
nice,
there.
okay,
But they got the Coors Light, so I'll
yeah,
definitely be there.
exactly. I'll be visiting, so I mean I'm cool with it. It's one of those things like same thing. Like I'm in the middle. It's like it's cool that we have it, but it's not something that I think I was pushing for a need. So we'll see.
Also, my hope is like maybe we clean up on like all the shooters on the outside of the stadium now that people don't have to like quick. To your point, like it happens. I mean, you can see people just going to town
Oh
before
yeah,
they walk into Memorial Stadium. No, that's my last alcohol for
yep,
4 quarters. So hopefully, you get a little bit more people, more coherent walking in, not falling
yes,
asleep at halftime because they went way too crazy
yeah,
pre-gaming. But of course, you're still gonna have people drink plenty before.
mhm,
That is the game of tailgating for a lot of people.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a great way to make some extra revenue. One thing that does stick out: 121,000 beers. Is that going to be enough when you got a sold out, roughly 90,000 people in the stadium?
Uh,
I feel like we'll be running out of beers game
I
one.
agree. I think they're kind of underestimating there. Obviously, not everyone in the stadium's either going to buy a drink or is probably old enough to buy a drink, and I get that. But like you said, I think it comes down to how many visits you can get to that thing. If there's just unlimited, you can only get 2 at a time. Then I think they're going to run out pretty quick. I think week 2 they'll probably up it a little bit, or week 3, whatever it'll be. I think they'll up it by then. But I could see it selling out pretty quick that first game here.
It's just like Midwest. It's just a
Yeah,
different ball game out here.
yeah.
We're not like I'll tip my cap to Wisconsin. I think those guys probably drink the hardest. And when it comes to all the
Okay.
college campuses, I mean, the numbers are there. Wisconsin, they know how to throw down some beverages, but Midwest is still the
Yeah.
Midwest. Like there's a lot of people I think will sift through those pretty fast. I will say though, it does say cold beers. Maybe they got some lukewarm ones in emergencies.
Maybe, I don't know.
And at that point, people will drink a lukewarm beer if they're
Yep.
that desperate for another. But I thought that was an interesting the fact that they put the number out there and like you
Yeah.
got a lot of Nebraskans already like, I don't know if that's
Yeah, people are
enough.
down that already. I saw that.
So we'll find out. It's cool though. Like I said, I never had a problem with it, but the way they're going about it makes me feel like they are doing it the right way.
Yeah.
121,000 might be enough, but that's fine. If you remember Pinnacle Bank Arena when they started that, it was a disaster. People were like, these lines are too long. This isn't working. It takes time to iron those
Yeah,
things
for
out.
sure.
And then of course you still got Troy Dannon. They put a pause on the stadium renovations, but I'm assuming a big part of those renovations, now that alcohol is a part of the game, probably put in some more taps. Like let's
Yeah.
make sure that we can store more, we have more in storage, so we don't just have to have, we have to import 121,000 cans. We can actually have just some real draft
Yeah,
beers going
For
through,
sure.
and that'll help the numbers out a little bit. We also got plenty more, less on the stadium, less on the outside news of football, more within the guts of it. Tight end university from Satterfield. We're hearing a lot more on Heinrich Harburg and his development. Let's talk about the tight ends, but first, let's hear Satterfield really speaking highly of the tight end room at Nebraska.
I think it's attainable. I think that we keep working towards it every single day. I think it doesn't just happen in 1 year. I think it's just going to start, an accumulation of talent year after year through recruiting when people see what our offense looks like and how we're utilizing the tight ends and all the different things. I mean, you don't just come here and line up off the ball and block the backside inside zone. You get to run multiple run schemes. You got to learn how to pass pro. You got to learn how to be a route runner. You have to learn multiple positions. You got to get in big sets. You got to hear long play calls. So I think, you want to win and you want to be developed as a tight end that can produce at the next level. This is going to be a great spot for you to come.
So you got really pushing tight end university here at Nebraska. You feel like tight ends, have they been underutilized or lack of talent in the first 2 years of Matt Rule?
I don't know. I kind of want to say a little bit about. Did they correct me if I'm wrong? Obviously, I could be. But didn't they have a tight end transfer in last year that got hurt right before the season, or would that have been the year before?
I think that was last year.
Okay, like that. Like I think that was an unlucky, just luck of the draw there. But
I also had it this year.
Yeah.
With was it Markway?
yes, like I just think it's
Out of
kind of just
LSU.
unlucky on that position here. But
Carter Nelson got havoc to Fedoni's entire career. It's just been injury.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fedoni with the Giants, though.
yeah,
Shout out to him.
I did see that.
Hopefully he keeps getting some opportunities out there because he's one of those guys that you just root for. Because it's like, even if you gave your best, like that type of luck, I don't know what you can
Yeah.
really do. Dude was just constantly going through injuries, and hopefully the grass field helps that as well. We don't have all these injuries all the time, but you are right in the sense of, I mean, it's been injury plagued.
Yeah, I think it's just unlucky with that. But I also think like they are kind of underutilized. Like I think here in Nebraska, you kind of think more running than anything, and I think that's kind of going to change hopefully this year with Raiola. Not that it's a bad thing, but I think you'll probably see them utilized more, especially like that. The way they're hyping them up and talking about them more and more, it's like okay, they're seeing them as more than literally just pass blockers, run blockers. Like they're kind of using them as weapons. So I think they've kind of been underutilized, but I think we might see a change in that this year. The way they're talking about it.
Well, that's the thing with tight ends is like you think of all the best teams and what do they have? They usually have a nice tight end that can get open. Like the Chiefs, Mahomes, Tom Brady, Gronk, even, you can go with the Ravens. It was Mark Andrews and now they got Isaiah Likely. That's a really good connection.
Same with Laporta out there.
The Bears literally drafted Colston Loveland, even though they already have Cole Kmet because they're like, we're going to use our tight ends a lot. It seems like the tight end game is evolving a little bit in terms of offense, where you're finding a lot of the elite teams, they got that tight end quarterback combination. Even at the college level, like if we could just utilize Harburg or Lindenmeyer, or I really don't care who it is, but I mean, it just opens up. To me, it's like some of the easiest passes you can give your true freshman quarterback. Like last year, it's a nice throw for the quarterback to hit a tight end on a drag or a tight end who's just like sitting in the zone in the weak spot. Like I'm right here. I'm like 10, 15 yards away. Just put it right on the number. I'm moving. If I'm moving, it's a really slow drag unless we'll have some deeper routes. But a lot of times, nice, quick throw to the tight end just gets momentum.
Yeah.
And last year, I wonder how many times like that was just hurting Dylan Rayl's confidence.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those throws, we're throwing it deep and I shouldn't say get bailed out. The defense would bail him out by having poor technique. We got a lot of pass interference flags, but at the same time, like it felt like we were bombing it, or it was a check down to the running back, really missing the tight end over and over. And we're looking at, not Hunter, we're looking at Jamal Banks and Isaiah Nayor to get open. And, we kind of went through that whole deal, whether you think it was Satterfield or the talent itself. I will say when Holgerson got there, those guys looked a lot better. And Isaiah Nayor, even in the Reese's Senior Bowl game, is like, oh, that was the guy that we had in our team the entire time. And we might have really failed to utilize him. I just think it's one of those things where if you don't have that tight end, like it's easy to lock up on the wide receivers that we had last year. And even this year, I know we got some new talent in there. But I mean, it just it makes defenses respect that middle of the field so much more. Right? And they just can't lock up on the corners, especially when last year Dylan Raylor wasn't even really running too much either yet. So those are two big changes I think we got to see in the offense. It's like, can you revitalize the use of the tight ends? And then Dylan Raylor, are you going to use your legs to make you respect you a little bit more? Because, I mean, it got to the point where, I mean, they were totally just no worries about Dylan taking off. No spy. Corners are just completely upfield with their guy. They're not even thinking about Dylan Raylor scrambling out. And part of that, true freshman, he didn't really have that much speed. It's not like he was elite, but 5 yards. Can you get 5?
Yeah, something.
Can you get 2 fall forward? Can you get 2 run out of bounds? We just don't want 3rd and long.
Exactly. Yeah. I completely agree. I think too, like the way you say that, like you're starting to see it more in the league, like why I think they're going after these tight ends for these young quarterbacks. It's like one that builds the confidence. And then like I hear the reports, obviously I'm probably going to bite into the bias or the hype, but like Kyle Pitts and Penix, it's like you're hearing good things about their relationship. And it's like, you do need that. I think we are starting to see that in college. Like teams are starting to spend a little more NIL on tight ends. I know Texas has done it in back-to-back years now.
Texas has been big
spenders
exactly.
In tight ends. So it's like, I completely agree. I think they're starting to do it just more around just football in general. So I'm looking forward to that. I really do hope Harburg figures it out here too. Like not figures it out, but can establish himself as a respectable tight end here. So I mean, the way they're talking about it again, I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you look at going back to the NFL, like NFL, they're all 4 head coaches in the NFC North. I mean, those are all offensive coaches. I'm like, don't get it twisted with Dan Campbell. You might think like his personality, he's a defense guy. Like that guy knows how to call the plays.
Oh yeah,
he's really great offensive mind, and that's why. A quick side tangent. I really do think the Lions will be fine.
Yeah.
Which sucks for my Bears, but Dan Campbell is the guy that got that thing going. And as long as he's there, they might slip a little bit, but I think the Lions will be rock solid. But you see all 4 of those, and all 4 of them, outside of maybe really the Packers, they really, really value that tight end spot. Yeah. And it shows. I mean, you got elite offenses and just about all of them, except for LaFleur's Packers. And a little bit of that injuries as well. It's kind of hard to find that rhythm when you're going between Willis and Love, but you find a lot of the great offenses. They got tight ends that can run.
Yeah.
And they just put teams in a fit. And again, when you're at Nebraska, I think it's just the tight end's that position where you got a blocker, you got an elite playmaker. I mean, you can just essentially, it's a little bit to me of like just putting your quarterback under center. It's just another thing for that defense to think about.
Yep.
Because that quarterback's under center, he might, drop back, hand it off. He might drop back, and quick throw it. same thing. If you got an empty set and there's no tight ends in there, they got a pretty good idea. Like obviously what you want to try to do there, unless it's like a quick QB draw, you're trying to sneak something. I mean, it just puts teams at a constant stress.
Sure.
It's another guy they have to count for. And if you get to the point where it's like, hey, we feel good about Harburg and Lindenmeyer, well, then now you got two guys that you think could be elite receivers. And if Harburg's really developing in the blocking aspect, which I think Lindenmeyer's got down pretty pat, I mean, it just gives your offense a bunch of new wrinkles. Same formation, slightly different call.
Yeah.
And I think like that's the beauty of having tight ends. It's just another thing for that defense to think about.
Yeah, I think I had seen that. I was watching the Bears preseason game last week, I believe, and I saw that like for at least the first 2 or 3 plays, they had both tight ends out there, and it was like I think they hit Loveland on the first one, Kmet on the second play, and it was like, okay, like these guys are utilizing them as receivers too, like either a little dump off pass, like we're saying, like get it out there, get some yards, and then they hit Kmet over the middle. It's like these like never once did he even look down for DJ Moore. It's like these are becoming these guys kind of more comfortable targets on those plays, like up the middle, off to the right. So I mean, I do hope that they can do that here in Nebraska too. It would make them elite, especially like you said. Now you have to worry about 4 guys instead of just 2 on the corner. So I hope they can utilize that.
Yeah, just figure out which guy's taking off here to begin with. And it just, like I said, it gives those defensive ends like a little bit of pause. Because it's like, well, do I need to jam him here? And then they jam him. And it's like, great, this guy's just blocking.
Yeah.
So like I just wasted and he's got the grip on me. And you just see it. I think we'll see it more and more. And hopefully in Nebraska that really starts to take off. I think it's just kind of been that missing link. And that goes on Dylan Raiola too as well. Like he's got to get a little bit quicker on his reads.
Yes.
Sometimes it was not on the tight ends. It's like, it's probably not his first, not even his second. That might have been the third read.
Yeah.
And a few times he did just miss the guys. A little bit behind, a little bit forward. But as a true freshman, his stats, again, the guy threw like 67% completion rating in the Big Ten. Like you will take those numbers. It's a good sign, to say the very least. It doesn't mean it's a certainty that year 2 he's going to pop off, but it means that if you're a true freshman, 67% completion rating, like what, 11 picks?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. 11 picks over 20 touchdowns. Like you'll take that as a true freshman. Arguably one of the best true freshmen starting all of last year. All right. Here's more from Satterfield talking about Dylan Raiola and checkdowns.
Check the ball down at times. A lot of times we may be in the protection and end up being a check down. And sometimes younger quarterbacks are not getting to that. And I think Dylan can get to some of those check downs and get some extra yards, it's not there, check the ball down, and just real simple plays. I think Coach Holgerson, says it all the time, like routine plays done routinely, and he allows us to do that.
So you have it really sweet and simple, but you even saw that last year. What was it? USC check down Emmett Johnson. He runs it all the way up the sideline. And that was probably the most explosive play we had up until that point.
Yeah.
And that's, again, it sounds like it just harp on Dylan Raiola so much. He did a really good job as true freshman. I can't stress that enough, but like, that's the next step. Are you going to be good or are you going to be great? You're going to be great. You're going to go 1, 2, 3 check down, or 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to figure out a way to, like I said, it's not always about the home run plays. It's can you just keep the chains moving?
Yep.
Something about Tom Brady, why it was so phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd just keep teams alive by, maybe it's a little bit monotonous at times, but he's going to find the wide open guy every single time. Even when he was playing in the older version, I mean, he knew if he had a guy going across the middle and he's playing the Ravens, it's like, there's Ray Lewis, check down. I'm not even going to try it. I'm going to lose my wide receiver for the game. And he, I think that era also just allowed some real hyper focus, protecting your players as well, just looking for the open window. What were you at with Dylan Raiola and his ability just to read the field last year, and then when you expect this year? Because last year, like I said, it felt like it took a little while for him to utilize that check down.
Yeah, I agree. I think it also comes with the territory of being a true freshman in there. Like, no matter how elite you are in high school, I think once you get here, it's just another jump. Like now you're playing with the guys who are as elite, if not more elite, or a little bit less, and that's fine. But now the game's coming at you faster. Those reads have to be quicker. And I think that's something that you kind of can't adjust to it until you're in it, as maybe because he does have less time. He didn't get to redshirt. Like these are things that he kind of just got thrown into. You've been on campus for 2 months now, go figure it out type of deal. So I do think that we'll see that more kind of improve here. And we saw it throughout the season. Towards the end, he started throwing more touchdowns, less interceptions, just started being a smarter quarterback. And I think I spoke on this weeks ago, about how he's maturing on the field. And I think that's going to come with it too. Like not just where am I trying to go deep here? Like we're saying, even just utilizing the tight ends is going to play a factor in that. And I think it kind of adds another weapon as well. If like you have a running back just go out on the flat to the right, it's like now the defense does have to worry about him, knowing that you are going to probably consider that guy. So I do think that he is going to make that jump. I think it still might take a little bit more time. Not that he's going to be perfecting it overnight, but I think it is something that they are harping on for a reason. So I'm excited to see if he can actually do that. Because like you said, Brady did it. Brady made it work. It's not about how you get down the field as long as you're doing it. I think if he
Exactly.
adds that, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, we'll see. You can see it really knows the payoff where the hell my running back even is.
Yes.
That's your check down. As we saw with Anthony Richardson. He was
Yeah.
not in pass protection. He was going out to the flat, and you had your back completely turned. Now, and I don't know exactly who's at fault there, but it's kind of hard for me to see that with
Yeah.
Richardson's back completely turned away, and someone was way off on either A, they didn't communicate, or B, running back just took off. And like I said, I really don't think it was a running back, but yeah, I mean, even at Richardson's level, like you still see that you need to have that communication perfect. Otherwise, that's the one hit that all of a sudden, we'll be in week 3 talking about can Graham Stat take over?
Yeah.
As the second string quarterback, because Dylan Raiola got a nasty lick on, pass protection wasn't there, or he didn't communicate with his running back. He saw a blitz coming and he didn't signal it, and his running back still took off. Like, that's the stuff where you got to stay really polished, especially if you're going to start every single game throughout the season in the Big Ten. I mean, we went through it with Taylor Martinez, turf toe. We went through it with Adrian Martinez, broken jaw, beat up hand, fingers hurt. I mean, you name it. Adrian that's why I always have respect for him, playing incredibly hurt. But you just don't want to get to that point.
Nope.
So hopefully that's where he really cleans up. And I think he will. I think that's just a natural progression, not one I really want to harp on so much, because like you and me have kind of been saying the entire time, those are the things you expect to see.
Yeah.
But with that being said, a lot of pressure on Dylan Raiola, but a lot of pressure on the Husker football program as a whole. Also some pressure on Husker volleyball. They do play tomorrow, 6 p.m., officially the start of the season. They got Pitt officially under 24 hours. We got exactly 22 hours, 33 minutes to go before they tip off for their first regular game of the season. Who's got more pressure? Husker volleyball, who's once again ranked number 1 preseason poll, or Husker football, who's got different expectations not to win it, but if they don't show growth, I mean, people's patience they're just worried. I mean, they will cling anxiously some bad news.
Yeah. I think they have, I don't know if one has more or less, but I think they both have different types of pressure. I think, like you're saying, like Nebraska has that pressure to, like, you have no reason to be bad now. We're expecting you to be good. Everything we're hearing from the camps, everything we're hearing from analysts around the country, it's like, you should be that playoff team. You should at least be 9-3. Like, you are hearing things that are giving you more hope than doubt. And I think that's its own pressure. And I think the volleyball team has the pressure of getting over the hump. It's like, we know you're good. We know you're elite. You're number 1 in the country for a reason. It's like, can you finally get that championship now? So I think they're different pressures. I think bigger pressure, though, in terms of, like, if someone lets them down, who's going to be more mad? I think football fans are probably going to be more mad. I think volleyball, you always have that will be back mentality with it.
Yeah.
Like, you do want to win that championship. Do not get me wrong. That's the end all be all. But you kind of have that in your head. Like, we're obviously here every year, it seems, but you do need to get over the hump. I just think fans would be more mad if we have a five win season for football versus
even 6 win season.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, no one's going to be thrilled about that anymore versus Nebraska lost the volleyball championship in the championship game. People are going to be upset, but that's its own right on its own. So I think they're different types of pressures. Both have to do something. I think Nebraska, the volleyball team, has to get over the hump, and I think football just has to be better than they were in the past. So different types of pressure, but both very on the watch for it. So
yeah, I think Husker football's got to win like 8 games. I think even 7 might not be enough.
No,
like
I don't think so.
8, you're going to keep your job. 7, you're going to keep your job. 6, you probably still keep the job. But like, so I mean, you will. I just think Matt Roll's got some added patience, and rightfully so with everything he's done so far. But yeah, with volleyball, it's a strange pressure that those guys are in, because it is first year with Bus Boom Kelly. So you're like, maybe it's too much to say we demand that they go win a national championship, but it does kind of have that element of like, when Husker volleyball lets you down, they pick you right back up, and they're like, just hold on a second.
Yeah.
Like, we know who we are. With Husker football, it's like they let you down, and like you look back at them and they're like, yeah, we didn't know. We don't know what's going on either. This isn't, we thought we were going to win for sure. Husker volleyball, it's like, if they lose, the attitude and culture that John Cook's really developed in that place was like, they won't call it a fluke. They'll just say, we'll work harder so it doesn't happen again. Like and that's like kind of the perfect balance. It's like, you respect your opponent that they beat you, but you get so hungry to never let it happen again. And that's where Husker volleyball's kind of always responded. And with Husker football, they don't always respond. So I think you're actually kind of on the same wavelength with me. It's like, weirdly enough, Husker football kind of has that pressure.
Yeah.
The breakthrough, because it's been that bad. And every time that it's got tough, you guys get worse.
Yeah.
So Husker volleyball, when it gets tough, they get better. And we saw that last year. Now we'll see if they can get over the hump. Like, obviously, that's still the goal. Obviously, we're not going to clap and celebrate for them falling short again. We'll clap for a great season, but those guys know as much as, everybody else does. It is time to go win for Husker volleyball as well. And, listen to Harper Murray and a lot of the players that have been there for a while. Those guys are fired up. Good luck to them. Like I said, they play Pitt tomorrow. This is the official start of their regular season. And that place, I'm sure it's going to be electric. And again, that one officially under 24 hours away, 6 p.m. tomorrow Central Time, if you want to root on the Husker volleyball team as they have the official start to the regular season. We got to throw out the break, though. We're going to talk week 1, college football, week 1/week 0, college football on segment 2 and maybe segment 3 as well. Don't go anywhere. Got Rudy joining me, and you guys can always join in as well. 402-464-5685. We'll throw out the break. Talk to you in a bit.
Feeling off lately? Struggling with your mental well-being can make everyday life harder, and it can also increase the risk of substance use. Early support can make a big difference. Visit myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com and take the free mental health check-in assessment. In just a few minutes, you'll get non-judgmental feedback, local resources, and next steps to help you feel more in control and supported. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways, tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. Old school with Foreman and Orman.
Any tips for a dad who just volunteered to be a YMCA flag football coach less than a week before the season started because no one else had volunteered to coach the fifth graders up to that point?
Tylenol for your headache.
Put some in your cup. Put some in your cup, and make sure your contract is 1 year only.
Medicate, bro.
Frank Reich. Frank Reich at Stanford.
Yep.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Harrison Arndt, still on the ones and twos. We got Rudy joining me as well. We're going to talk some college football. And off air there, we're talking about some of the careers that went south. You got any others? I mean, that's a good subject in itself. I know it's a little side tangent. I threw out there Malik Henry. If everyone remembers his story, if they lost Last Chance U, just a really sad downfall to his career. I mean, he's honestly got to take the cake for being super
I can't think
talented.
of anything at least crazier than that.
Yeah, there might not be. It's just a quick side tangent. You guys can chime in. But yeah, from Florida State to Independence, then he did have an opportunity at Nevada, but 2 games started, 3 games played, and that was the wrap on his career. Like I went south even at Nevada. So just a tough career. And, you know, we kind of talked about that off air. It's like the problem with, I shouldn't say it's a problem with NIL, but some of the risk with NIL is like some of these people arrive and then it kind of gets to their head. And it's like, you're not out of the woods yet. Like I know you got to the Power 4, but there's still got to be a lot of work to do to hold on to that position. But off that tangent, let's go to week 0. Saturday, August 23rd. Football's back officially, and it starts off with a little bit of an appetizer. Week 1 is full of top 10 matchups. I think there's 3. That week 0, we got that top 25. We got 17 Kansas State, 22 Iowa State, your little appetizer before we get to the mayhem that is officially week 1 college football. It's at Kansas State. The money line is favoring Kansas State by -3. I think that feels about right there. And I'm okay with those rankings as well. I got Kansas State going through it, mainly because it's just Avery Johnson. I mean, you got the amount of starts you got under your belt and continuity matters more than ever. And I mean, he's arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12 right now. Yeah. So give me Kansas State winning. I'll take them to cover the spread. I think they can beat it by 3.
Yeah. I think the only thing I do have with that game is just it's the one they're playing in Dublin in Ireland. So I think it
is the Dublin game.
There's just been something about those games where it's like you never really know sometimes. Like last year it was Florida State and
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, like that was just I don't know.
And I did say Kansas State. I forget. It's Dublin.
Yes,
it's a home game for Kansas, but
they're still over there. Yeah. I think though if things do go normal and not completely upside down, I completely agree. I think Kansas State is who I'm taking. I'm a huge fan of him behind center over there. So I mean, I feel comfortable with that one. But again, I mean, it's a top 25 matchup there. Anything could happen at the end of the day, but I feel comfortable taking Kansas State too.
I forgot it's in Dublin. Now I'm going to take that back. Give me the Dublin curse.
Nice. All right.
It went, let's see, 2-0, right? Because Florida State and us. And so far, the teams that and you know, we had a pretty good spread versus Northwestern. Florida State had a ridiculous spread.
Yeah.
And right now, Kansas State's got a spread by 3 points. Give me the curse of Dublin.
Okay.
Iowa State Cyclones. Shocking.
Is that when they're wearing their green jerseys too, right?
I
Have you
think
seen
so.
those?
I
Yeah,
think they're gonna
it's
rep the
nice.
greens, which is I like it.
Yeah, I like those little themed jerseys like that. So that'll be interesting.
Dublin game's awesome though. I
Yeah.
will say, like, do you like the week 0 Ireland Dublin game? It's such a new plant for college football that we just have that at the beginning. And
Yeah.
like, there's some teams we just send them out to Dublin to grow the game. I think it's awesome. I do look forward to it, and I forget the name of the stadium they play in, but it's a beautiful stadium as well. That's on just the Dublin game in itself. Do you like this new college football tradition?
Yeah, I actually really do. I think it is like, because to me, like week 0, it's like, how do I say it? Obviously, it is completely real. These games matter, but it's like, it's obviously before everybody else is really playing football. So it's like, it kind of gives it its own special value of like, neither of y'all are home. It's week 0. Let's kind of do like, not an exhibition game, but kind of that feel of where you're at. And I'm sure they're going to play it just as serious, but I also like just everyone's kind of tuned into Ireland at that moment. So I think it's awesome for the game.
It's super fun. I know, like for Nebraska, like all the Husker bars and stuff. Bummer for those guys. Like we probably were like the best experience, and then Florida State, and now it's patting ourselves on the back. But I will shout out Husker fan for showing up to the Dublin airport.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, and they're really cool about it. They had like the Northwestern and Nebraska banners at the airport, like welcoming everybody in. So unfortunately, I didn't get to go. But if Nebraska ever got another opportunity to play in Ireland, like
that'd be awesome.
You kind of have. I mean, it's one of those rare opportunities. But nonetheless, I'm picking the Cyclones simply because of the Dublin curse.
Right.
You're going Kansas State. Moving on here, more week 0. This one by far the ugliest spread out of all the games. UNLV at home facing Idaho State. Spread's 26.5. Really, the question is, do they beat the spread? Are you taking them winning the spread?
I don't know, simply because this would be their first. I don't know who their quarterback is after. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they'll cover it, but I think they definitely win by a favorable margin. But because they're at what, 26 right now? Is that what I'm
for the spread?
Yes, the spread. Sorry,
26.
Yeah, 26.5. Yeah, I don't think they'll cover it.
I don't either. I just those big spreads, they typically blow up in your face when they get that big, especially like that early in the year. I don't know. You never know if they're going to be firing off on all cylinders. Now, Idaho State, it's going to be a win. It's just about a matter of how much.
Yeah.
I bet you Idaho State gives them maybe a little bit of fire, and they maybe beat them by 23, not 27.
Oh yeah, I got them like 17 range, so they'll definitely beat them.
But Kansas, newly branded Kansas State. Booth. I mean, they might as well just call them the David Booth Jayhawks at this point for all the amount of money he put into it.
God.
Fresno State on the road, playing at Kansas. Kansas got some nice renovations at the stadium as well. Those guys will be rocking. Obviously have a bunch more money for the stadiums in the future, or the stadium in the future, as well as the rest of the athletics. It does feel like Leipold and crew, though, they're starting to turn a corner here. Kind of fell down a little bit last couple seasons.
Yeah.
Because when we're going through the hiring process here at Nebraska, Leipold, Luke Fickell, Matt Rule, I mean, those were kind of the names we're going through. And a lot of people like Leipold, me as well. But it hasn't gone necessarily great since then. Spread is Kansas 13. I'm going Kansas, and I actually do think they cover the spread.
Okay, yeah. I think this is Jalen Daniels still their like established starter.
Yeah,
I know
he's one of the
injured last
guys.
year, but okay, perfect. Then I'm completely thinking they're covering the spread. I really like that dude. I think I think he's a threat with kind of anything he's gonna do. So I think they'll definitely cover it. I like that too.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how old he is too. He's one of the few like super seniors that we really got left. He's a senior. I couldn't tell you exactly how old he is, but he played in 2020. It's 2025. So
yeah,
he's ready to go. I'll tell you what, that guy has got a lot of experience under his belt.
He's 22. So yeah.
Yeah, he's 22. Okay, he's 22 years old.
Right there.
Not as old as I thought, but I mean, 2020, he was already getting reps. But nonetheless, last year was his worst year, though, I will say, for 50% completion rating. And then he goes 69, 66, 74.
Yeah.
Really well as a junior. And then I just obviously didn't have as many reps. But then last year, 171 completions out of 300 attempts, 57 completion rating with 14 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So you got to hope for a bounce back.
Yes.
Again, you're really looking at that 2020, his sophomore year, 18 touchdowns, 4 picks.
Yeah, that was
66% completion rating. Like anywhere between like 65 is kind of low, but like 65, 70, great. Anything above 70, golden, especially with that touchdown interception ratio. Like if he can get to that version, Kansas is dangerous.
Yeah, I think that was the year they beat Oklahoma as well.
It was. Yeah, that is the year.
Yeah, I liked them ever since then as a Longhorn fan. So
yeah, so if they to me, that's where it's got to be. If they don't have that version of
then
Daniels,
that might be different.
yeah, then, I'm talking about this team completely differently.
Yeah.
And I couldn't exactly tell you why he fell off as much as he did, but I got Kansas. I'm taking them to cover the spread. You are as well. Western Kentucky, Sam Houston has to go on the road. Face Western Kentucky favored 10.5.
Ooh, I kind of want to go upset here. I kind of want to go Sam Houston. I don't know why, but it's just calling.
They always
me
seem
right now.
dangerous.
They do. Like, they're always a team that kind of just like, okay, like, I know when they play Texas, I'm never completely worried, but it's always like, okay, like, they're better than I thought they were going to be. And so I think if they can kind of play up a little bit, like usually they do against better teams, I think they should be fine. It's just one of those things that if they can do it.
I'm looking at last year. They did lose to him last year, 31-14.
Yeah.
They did take pretty good care of their entire regular season opponent, though. They only lost 3 games last year, Western Kentucky being one of them. They lost to UCF 45-14.
Yeah, wow.
But they're taking care of like New Mexico 31-11.
Yeah, that Texas State game, like those are the games that you're going to need out of them. It's just, I hope they can do it.
They beat the UTEP Miners by 20. And again, you think that's the team that played Nebraska. We didn't necessarily blow the water out of them. We played much better, but at the end of the day, it was still kind of a little bit surprising. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to pick, I think any like crazy upset, especially week 0, that's kind of
that's one that I think can go either way for sure.
Obviously, you can say Iowa State, but that's not much of an upset there. 17 versus 22. Last game, Stanford at Hawaii. Hawaii is actually favored 2.5.
Yeah,
give me Stanford. Give me the Sycamores.
All right, I think I'm going to take Hawaii just because the travel there. That's my only thing. I think traveling to Hawaii is one of those things where it could mess with you. So I think all those things factored, I'm taking Hawaii to pull it off.
That's the best place to travel to, though. All the fears and worries go away. You land in Hawaii, like that's the one place where the traveling might not be as bad as would other places. If you got travel,
just like other places overseas like that.
Yeah, like if you're going to Alaska, you're gonna feel that.
Oh yeah.
You're going to Hawaii, you'll adjust.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm still taking them though. I got Hawaii.
Fair enough. I do like the root for Hawaii.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a fun team.
That's one of like I don't know. You play college football 26 at all?
Oh yeah.
You ever get tempted to like Hawaii rebuild?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hawaii rebuild like
either that or just send my 5-star quarterback there for no reason. So
yeah. Hawaii's fun to root for. They always are. Even like basketball season, where we got to go out there. Obviously, Nebraska won the tournament. I think it was 2 years ago. Yes. Hawaii is just like one of the coolest universities that exist in the college football, really just college sports landscape. Yeah. But with that being said, we got to move on here. We're going to talk week 1. We're not going to talk about all the games because we'll talk about them more next week as well. But there's some absolute heaters in that week 1 schedule. So we'll talk about those next. Don't go anywhere. Rudy, Harrison, talk to you guys on the other side.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds. An afternoon high around 88. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, the low near 67. And tomorrow, with chance of showers and storms arriving in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly sunny skies with light winds and a high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com or call 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Tune in every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. for The Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Sit back and enjoy listening to Dr. Chatters discuss real stories involving struggle, inspiration, and real-life experiences with special guests and insights. Remember, the higher the pressure, the greater the lift. It's The Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Play ball! Pitch the perfect idea for a family outing or date night with tickets to the next Salt Dogs game. Nothing says summer fun like an action-packed evening at Haymarket Park. Come root for the home team with a hot dog and a cold drink. Plus, visit saltdogs.com to learn about special events and promotions, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the thrill and excitement of a Salt Dogs win. Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Rollouts will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Rollouts make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Rolloff, cleanup made simple.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways, tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2025 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 23rd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into final segment. We're going to keep it on college football here. Harrison Arens, we got Rudy joining me as well. Let's talk week one. We'll talk about this more in depth, obviously, the further we go along next week, but there's so many good games. The one that's, pretty obvious, it's going to stick out. It is the Saturday game. It is the big noon kickoff. Number 1, Texas. Number 3, Ohio State. You have Julian Sayin, who, good luck, bud. That's a tough one. That's a brutal start. But he's at home at the very least. You got the Longhorns visiting him, who's also got Arch Manning. Manning's been ready for this for a lot longer, though. They're both true freshmen. We'll probably see some true freshman things. Well, I shouldn't say true freshman. First start for Manning. And then Julian saying he's not a true freshman either, is he?
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah. So, but first
Redshirt,
real starts
Yeah.
is the better way to say it. And we'll probably see some mistakes from both sides. Who do you like in this one, knowing that it is at the shoe?
Yeah, I think it's one. I think Texas isn't favored for this one. Yeah, I think
It's Ohio State, too.
Yeah, by 2. Yeah, and so I think that's fair. I think you're going on the road to one of the more hyped up, more tougher environments in college football. So I don't hate that, but I think with what Ohio State has had to replace and who they're replacing it with, I think that's why I'm not feeling. I mean, obviously, there's that it's a 1 versus 3 matchup. You're never going to be comfortable about those as a Longhorn fan, but I think knowing that kind of going in there, I'm not as worried as I probably should be. I think I think he'll have his mistakes just like Arch will, but I think our defense is probably going to get to him more than Ohio State's is going to get to Texas. And so I think that's where it's really going to make it. I don't know if you saw it at all, but Colin Simmons, he had posted just the picture of Ohio State when they posted that Sayin was their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He just reposted on his own story, and it was like, okay, like these guys are going to they're trying to destroy that dude behind there. So I'm excited for it. I think Texas does pull it off. Obviously, I can't go against them. I think, but it does depend largely for both teams how those quarterbacks come out and perform. So I think it is for sure a toss up at that rate, but I'm picking Texas. So
I'll take the Longhorns with you. I just would know Kelly either at that offensive coordinator. What does that look like?
Yep.
And then, Julian saying, when Ryan Day's kind of been the guy calling the shots on offense, it's been a weaker team.
Yeah.
So I still think he's a great coach. Like I would never dream of getting rid of him if I was a Buckeye fan, but that is going to be a challenge. They'll still be really good, but I do think Kelly added a good amount of experience and why that offense took off at times last year. And Manning, he's just a more polished guy.
Yeah.
Probably heading into it. When the bullets fly, we'll really find out. But I mean, my whole thing is, that's you're just asking a lot from saying.
Yeah.
To step in there, first real start in that environment versus number 1 Texas. Ryan Day is just going to be win by, 0.1. I don't care if you throw 5 picks that day.
Yeah.
We just figure out a way to win. Hopefully Manning has his mistakes as well. I mean, it's just what an awesome true test for those two quarterbacks, like on the biggest stage, on the kickoff that Saturday, in the official first week of college football for things to get rolling. And of course, that game's going to have major implications down the line. So it's a game that we'll get to watch to really, not officially start, but really start off with the big games in college football. And it'll be a nice little taste to remember at the end as well. And like I said, we got that at Iowa State, Kansas State. That's your appetizer. Also, you got number 9 LSU, the Battle of Death Valleys, heading to Clemson's Death Valley. Number 9 versus number 4. A lot of people like Clemson, mainly because they think they can run through that ACC. LSU, I don't know. They've just been sporadic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Clemson.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think firsthand seeing what Cade Klubnik is like when I went to the Longhorn Clemson playoff game last year, it's like, okay, like this isn't just another ACC team that kind of scraped by. Like I think they're level above the next best the best ACC team, which would be SMU at that case. Like I think they're better than them, regardless of how their season's finished. But I completely like them going in there. I mean, they're going to be at home. They have another, again, crazy environment to play in front of. I think they pull it off. I think it's going to be close. The spread is at 4. So I mean, I completely think it'll probably be under that. Even I think it's a field goal away, but I think it's one that's definitely going to go back and forth, and someone's just prevailing in that last second too. So.
The final one we'll talk about before we get out of here. Last one, Sunday, number 6 Notre Dame on the road playing Miami. Number 10 Miami. I think Notre Dame's favored. Yeah, Notre Dame, despite being on the road, they're favored 2.5. Give me Freeman, the Fighting Irish. I'm not a big Notre Dame fan, even lesser of a Miami fan, but Notre Dame's cooking right now. Freeman is the right guy for that job, and they just pulled in a lot of money from college football playoffs because they don't got to share with anyone. That was big for them. Those guys will be on the rise for a while, I think, and I think that is a statement game for those guys early. But we've also seen Notre Dame. They lost to Marshall early 2 years ago. Last year, they lost to Northern Illinois early. So Clemson's getting Notre Dame when they're at their worst. Notre Dame just always gets stronger as the year goes on. So, I said Clemson. Miami's getting Notre Dame at its worst. So that's the only hope of fruit. But like I said, I think Freeman's got that team finally not having those letdowns as much. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Fighting Irish.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think too last year, like I'm not a huge Riley Leonard fan, but he did exactly what he needed to do to get his team as far as he did back there. And this year, I think they don't have a quarterback that's above a sophomore level right now in their class. And so I think that might be some issues, but
I'm also not showing Cristobal either.
Yeah.
For Miami. Like he's had some really bad moments.
Yeah.
Where just end of game situations where take the knee and they try to run it and then they
Mhm.
fumble and then
Yep.
they lose
Yeah,
the
you
game.
lose the game. Yeah. I do think the only thing they got going for him really is going to be Carson Beck. And even that, I've never been huge on him. But Notre Dame still has Jeremiah Love in their backfield. So, I mean, I think that's what's going to win it for him. I think it's going to be a super close, low scoring game, really. Like, because I don't think the offense they're building around Carson Beck still, I think he's barely starting. And if he hasn't yet, to start throwing to these guys. And it's like, it's one of those things that chemistry is probably not going to be there as fast as they need it to be. I think they come out of the gate slow. I don't know what they'll do the rest of the year, but I'm taking Notre Dame. So
We're gonna have to start tallying these up, and we'll have to
Yeah.
do a weekly tally to see who's got the better ratings. I'll go back and listen, but we won't tally it up yet. We'll wait next week before the games really rattle off, and we'll start keeping track of this and see who's actually good at calling college football. Because it's always fun to like give our picks, not always as fun to reflect on them the week after. But for honesty's sake, we will. But that being said, that is Rudy. I am Harrison Arens. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling here on Ticket Weeknights. Appreciate you guys listening. Like I said, keep listening. Don't go anywhere.